Hey, what are you doing?
Let's get this show going, man.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans by fans, with your hosts, Jesse Martin.
The Cowboys are finished, you understand me?
John Taman.
Pull down my trousers and do your job.
Scott Hartley.
That was dreadful.
And occasionally, Keith Gray.
So many social engagements, so little time.
And now, your host.
So that would be me. I'm John Taman. I'm your host. It's Friday night. It's the bye week. And even though we're really not going to talk too much about the Commanders, I guess we could start off talking a little bit about it because, hey, everybody, welcome to the first official day of Mike Tomlin's season. Mike Tomlin. Oh, let's get Mike Tomlin when he's fired. I'd love to have him here. Okay, I looked it up. I did. I looked it up. It's way down in the bottom of the Library of Alexandria. You have to go way deep into the catacombs. There's like all kinds of fucking pitfalls that you got to get past, and you got to get through the riddles of these giant ancient priests. And when you get in there is the rules of the universe. And number three, the Steelers don't fire coaches. It's the number 3 rule of the entire universe. So take that for whatever it's worth. Look, I'm 60 years old. They've had 4 head coaches. And I don't even remember the first one because Chuck Noll came along not long after I did. And they don't fire coaches. So we can talk all we want about, oh, Mike Tomlin this, Mike Tomlin no. Mike Tomlin could lose out. He ain't losing his job.
Right. Very true, John. Very true. I mean, I'd love Mike Tomlin here. I'd take him in a heartbeat.
He'd have to
he's got to leave, yeah, and he's not going to leave. They've never had a losing record, so yeah,
he still does.
tenure. So I can't see how.
But at some point in time, kind of like what's happening in New England with Bill Belichick, there is going to be a point where it's going to grow old.
Yeah, but wasn't it Bill Belichick that beat his ass last night?
Well, sure. Well, I'm just saying at some point in time it goes stale.
It does.
Is that this year? No, I don't think it's this year. It could be 3-4 years down the road. But I think it will happen if they don't, win another Super Bowl within the next 4 or 5 years, or come close at least.
Let me see what this.
You got to. I mean, like, why wouldn't you? I mean. What is it? Chuck Noll and then Bill Cowher.
Bill Cowher took forever to win a Super Bowl. It took him like 15 or 16 years to win a Super Bowl.
But
Cowher,
he didn't have many bad seasons.
No, hardly any.
And they were always in the mix. If the Steelers go a season or two without hitting the playoffs, yeah, he's gone.
Yeah,
a season or two. Well, let me see. They just lost last night to the Patriots. They've got the Colts coming up. That's a tougher game than than you think. They've got the Bengals, which who knows what the Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to show us a little bit this week of what they might actually be. They've got the Seahawks. The Seahawks, they were riding high for a little while. They were looking pretty good, and then they fucking stumbled right back down into what the Steelers are. And then they've got the Ravens, which they're probably going to get beat in that game. But
I think there's 3 or 4 viable candidates for this job.
Agreed.
Head coaching job. Ben Johnson should be number 1, first and foremost. Harbaugh should be up there, and Dan Quinn. He would be the only defensive-minded coach. I know people are saying Slowick, and I'm sorry, no. He needs a little bit more season. He won't be a head coach next year. I
wouldn't put it past him. I think
this is his first year. This is his first year running an offense. First year.
The NFL is nothing if not impatient, man.
Well, I'm just saying it's already been out there. He might get a couple interviews, but he won't get hired. He won't get hired for a head coaching job this year. I'd put money on that.
No, I agree with your list. Even the Dan Quinn,
Walden too is a possibility. Shane Walden's a possibility too. I think I'd put him up there as well. The offense coordinator for the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and who's the
Quinn's an interesting. Quinn's an interesting prospect.
The question with Quinn would be who comes along to be our offensive coordinator at that point, because you do want somebody that's innovative, and in my opinion, somebody under the age of 75. I know ageism and all those people ask me why, but look, if they bring Frank Reich in here, are you going to be happy?
No. I don't know if I'd like Quinn.
Quinn's been to a Super Bowl. He had Tom Brady by the balls, man, in the Super Bowl, and then they blew it.
And they let it go. Yeah. I'm not sure how I would feel about Quinn. I would feel good for our defense, if we got him. I don't know overall, though, but that is a name that is going around the circle. He's going to be head coaching a team next year. Just know if it's going to be here or, Chicago.
Kellen Moore, what do you think of him?
I don't like him as an offensive coordinator. I don't what big hubbub about him. I mean, he was fired from Dallas, and once he got Dallas, that offense took the step up.
And Prescott got better for sure.
What is he really doing over there? And was he in San Diego right now? What?
Yeah,
they scored 6 points last week against the Patriots.
So I'm sorry, no, thank you.
The only other one I can think of that may get head coaching interviews but might not get a job is Lou Anarumo from the Bengals.
I'm sorry. I don't want Raheem Morris. And I see all these people on
not exactly, John.
I see all these people on Twitter wanting Raheem Morris as our head coach. What?
No.
Are you kidding me? No, thank you. No, he's a no. Sorry.
And not Todd.
I'll take him as
a defensive coordinator, but I don't want Todd Bowles as a head coach.
I'll take him as a position coach. I don't want him running the fucking team.
When he was here before, I wasn't terribly impressed with him. I mean, he went off someplace else and did quite well, but when he was here, it was kind of just
Tampa. Frank Smith, maybe. Yeah, Scott G says Frank Smith. I
just think it doesn't really matter, Jesse, does it? It's what we need now is we need a competent GM who will choose the head coach and choose the positional coaches.
We don't know who those people are. We can sit here and name off names, but we're just fucking talking.
Yeah, we're just pissing in the wind there, John.
Right. Yeah, coaches we know something about, so we can talk about that.
You guys said something on the 1 Point Safety show the other day. Scal said, and I got to rebut this. Talking about people from Miami or San Francisco not coming here. There is no more animosity between these two teams whatsoever. I mean, we just made deals with them. Like Dan Snyder's not here anymore.
No, he's not. But you know what? I'll tell you what. Wouldn't it be the most Kyle Shanahan thing to do to go give him that fucking comp pick, give him that whatever pick, and we're just gonna sit him for and then the day that we play the Commanders, they do go in there and get 5 sacks.
No. What that's not what I'm saying. I think Scouse had said that nobody, Kyle Shanahan won't let anybody from the 49ers front office to come and interview here or something like that. Because they're holding a grudge against it. They're not holding a grudge against the team. They held a grudge against Bruce Allen and Dan Snyder.
Yeah.
Those guys are gone. They're not going to, keep a guy away from getting a promotion. You know what I mean?
The money talks as well, Jesse. Doesn't it? You know what I mean?
That I think is a misconception. I mean, for some reason, for one reason, is Kyle can't, say no unless it's a lateral type of move.
But I do agree with Scouts where he was saying if it was players wise, so if we're going to 49ers and we're trading or we're asking players, etc., I think that there is a problem there potentially with Shanahan.
I don't think so. It's everybody's gone from here there. Everybody's gone.
But Kyle, who cares, right? They're all gone. You're right. But would it not surprise you if Chase Young doesn't even play until he plays us, and then he just says, go eat.
I don't think they'll sign Chase Young, John.
No, I don't think they will either. That's what I'm saying. Would you put it past Kyle Shanahan to say fuck it and throw away that fucking pick just to say you're going to go get 5 sacks against the Commanders?
This is one thing I actually wanted to bring up.
And then let him go.
was the fact that everyone's been crying for weeks on Twitter about Chase Young and, oh, it was a mistake. It was this, it was that.
We are
winning this trade. No.
It was 100% a mistake. 1,000% a mistake.
In drafting him or keeping him. Because I think it was a mistake in drafting him.
It's a whole different argument. But yeah,
hindsight's 2020. No, not at all.
You let the new people come in here and make that decision. I mean,
the thing about that is that he may go someplace else and be the guy that everybody said he was going to be at the number 2 overall pick, right? Mm-hmm. But we poorly coached him. We didn't know what to do with him.
We did.
We talked about this last week, and you can apply it to him. We talked about it with the Dolphins, how they orchestrate their offense to put their playmakers in position to make the plays that they can make with the skills that they have, right? Mm-hmm. Put Tyreek Hill going as fast as you can, as fucking much as you can. And they put him in position to make plays. He'll go someplace if he's got. I mean, you imagine him in Miami with Vic Fangio. He'll turn him loose.
Oh, yeah.
There will be people that will be able to get something out of him. I don't think he'll be a bust, but I think San Francisco, for them, this is icing on the cake, man. They're making a Super Bowl run. They have no other goal in mind. And they've got, after last week, they've got a very fucking clear picture of what it looks like, and they've got it right in their face. And if he can help them get there, great. If not, great. If whatever happens at the end of the year, it cost them nothing to possibly get this guy that could go into the Super Bowl and, cause a fumble.
Yeah, I'm just, I mean, honestly, I got to rebuttal a lot of people on Twitter about this. I think
we're just rebutting all over the fucking place today.
The compensation is awful. I get that. But when you've got a guy who's doing his own thing, when you've got a guy who's potentially a distraction to the team, when you've got a guy who's not performing on the field, and you look at him now in San Francisco, and he's not performing on the field at all in any way, shape, or form.
He had 5.5 sacks with us. That was more than almost anybody else. So
when you look at everything you're saying, Scott, when you look at everything you're saying, when you see that this defense that has all those fucking first round picks on it, you need to turn around and look at Jack Del Rio and say, why the fuck can't
100%
these guys playing? Why is he thinking he can do something better than what you think that he can do? Right?
All I'm saying is I'm fully embracing
that's not fully on Montez Sweat. That's squarely on the coaching staff.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if
that's why and there's multiple writers and GMs. The guy he's GM for the Seattle
Supersonics.
No, the
Mariners,
the Sea Dragons. They used to be the GM for the Patriots. That used to be the GM for I think Atlanta or something. I forget his not Dimitrov of I forget. But now he writes part-time for The Athletic. He even said the other day it was the dumbest thing that this group did was get rid of both of them. They should have kept Chase Young and let the new fucking staff make that decision.
They should have given him his 5-year. They should have given him his option.
You should have.
Yeah, that was the down point. Absolutely.
I'm not putting on his play on.
You have to just throw a punch, Scott.
I'm putting it on this coaching staff.
Yeah, of course.
You wanted to bring up some points as well, Jesse, about people fucking basically being the idiot fan base that we have on social media. I mean, it was making me giggle my head off looking at some of the tweets and replies to your tweets. It was just wild.
I've had people tell me that too. And the fact of the matter is we're not really all that unique. There's idiots everywhere.
We're a special.
We're a punished team. We are a punished fan base. Yes.
I thought you wanted to get into that.
Let's go ahead and get Bowers. Let's go ahead and get Marvin Harrison Jr. So we don't have nobody to fucking throw to him. I mean, let's fucking do this, man. The Philadelphia Eagles draft the best player on the board. Well, you know why they draft the best players on the board? Because they don't need a fucking left tackle. They don't need a right tackle. They don't need a goddamn center. They don't need a defensive end. They don't need 2 defensive ends. They don't need cornerbacks. That's why they can draft whoever the fuck they want.
That's right. That's right. You know what? The fact, stupid. Did you see the stat that came out today? They've been called for holding 4 times this year. Look, I had a discussion with a gentleman today, Papa Ken or whatever your name is, whatever. You're not my Papa, but hey, the fact is he wants to go after Marvin Harrison Jr. And okay, I get it that you don't want to pass up on a guy like that could be such a great talent. But you know what? Fashanu, these guys are as good. They just play a different position, and we need that. We absolutely need to protect our quarterback. We can have all the fucking weapons we want. If we don't have time to get anything to them, it is no good. I had a point. I forgot what it was.
Completely agree.
You're not doing. I mean, and someone brought up Megatron. What the fuck did Megatron win with the Detroit Lions?
Nothing.
How many playoff games? How many playoff games did they win?
Nothing. He's great. He was a great player.
He was great, but he did nothing for
nowhere. It got them nowhere. I used to fucking make fun of Matt Millen. He drafted like 8 wide receivers in a row. Remember?
Hey, in the first round, we're taking a wide receiver, and I don't care what anybody says. Yeah.
To be honest, though, I mean, honestly, it's insane that people are saying Brock Bowers. You want to? You really want to take a tight end?
Help the offensive line? No, he can't help the offensive line. He's not a fucking off. He's not a left tackle.
That's what you take if you're a team that made it to the championship and somehow ended up with pick number 3. Don't take the
people are so fucking stupid. Well, you can disagree with me about they should have kept Chase, which I'm right. Everybody else is fucking wrong. That's fine. But
I don't agree with you.
You want to fucking
you
want to totally neglect. The line has been neglected since Trent fucking Williams. Okay, since Brandon Sheriff.
Yeah,
those guys were never coming back here. Totally understand it. Okay, but you try to piecemeal this fucking line together for 4 goddamn years.
You cheaped it.
You draft a left tackle in the second round. Okay. Oh, there's other rounds you can get offensive linemen. Sure, there's other rounds you can get a guard. Okay, you can get a second from another round. You can't get a fucking stalwart. Okay.
No, we drafted Sam Cosmi in the second round. Sam Cosmi in the second round. He failed.
He's not that good.
He failed at right tackle. At right guard, he's adequate.
He's okay.
He's okay.
And believe it or not, he probably should be replaced too.
Like, you know what?
I think so too. I mean,
John Madden would say, you hide your worst players at right guard. And if that's where you're hiding your worst player, he has not done so well. But hey, Chris Paul, okay, we've seen what he wanted. We wanted to see what he can do. What was he, a 5th round pick? He stinks. Okay. We haven't even seen our 3rd round pick center yet. This is what you got to. And when I said about Alt and what I said about Fashanu, look, I'm not a draft Nick, man. I'm just not. And I
know some people are
it's all crystal ball.
Fashanu is maybe a guard, a possible guard, but
a
right tackle though, not a left tackle.
I like Joe.
Yeah, I like Alt. I like Alt.
And the thing about Harrison is, it would suck to pass him over at 3, but God damn it, man. You know what? If you can give Sam Howell 2.5 to 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds, he can turn somebody into Harrison Jr. You got to protect the quarterback. And we have cheaped it for so long. We keep patching the fucking bottom of the boat with
there's multiple positions that we are in dire need of. Okay,
dire need.
Dire need.
Dire need.
Anybody on the offensive line, defensive end, linebacker, cornerback, and
corner.
Safety. Yeah. Okay, all those. You pick before you pick a fucking wide receiver.
And tight end as well.
Okay, a tight end, sure.
Yeah, if ours is picking, you're not go for it.
Yeah. Okay, you're not picking a 1st round tight end.
No, you're not. But for me, I pick offensive line the first 3 picks. The left tackle, right tackle, and a center. Done.
With our top 5 pick, the pick's going to be either this. It's either going to be a quarterback, it's either going to be a tackle, or it's going to be a defensive end. It's one of those 3.
It's got to be a tackle.
Latu is a
decent, that's the only. Any other pick would be malfeasance. It'd be malpractice.
Honestly, if we spend another first round pick, especially another high first round pick on a fucking defensive lineman.
Well, I'm just saying that's how in dire need.
I get it.
We need that.
We traded away both of them. We said that the day
we need that before we need a wide receiver or even a tight end. That's what I'm saying. Like, those are. Yeah. Oh, you don't draft for need. You always draft. No, you don't always draft the best. We're not in a position to draft the best possible player. We're not a playoff team. Okay.
No, we're not.
There's too many holes on this. There's too many holes.
And the fact of the matter is that you know what, Joe Alt coming in at number 3 might be the best player available. People just don't look.
It's going to be the best player available. That's who we're going to
look at those positions and think of them. I mean, you don't draft a guard there. Fuck no. But you know what? Your left tackle, people don't look at your tackles as skill position players. They look at these guys that make these big fucking wideouts, touchdowns. And yeah, it's fascinating. I'll tell you what, Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be a badass motherfucker somewhere. But
we got to stop with the generational talent. There's no such thing as a generational talent.
Only over 20 years.
We've seen this time and time again. We don't know how Marvin Harrison is going to be once he gets into the NFL. Okay, you have no idea. You have these big ass cornerbacks that could rough his bitch ass up on the line, and he can turn into nothing. You don't know that. You go for that sure thing at number 1. We have to go for that sure thing, and that sure thing is Joe Alt.
Fine, yeah,
he is going to be a 10-year starter, definitely. No doubt about it.
Knock on your fucking wood there, dude. You're
gonna even that's not even sure. It's not even 100%. Right. But that's the most safest pick you can pick.
Smartest pick. Yeah, you got to pick.
Yeah,
you can't pick as if he's going to get hurt.
You have to.
But you never know.
Have to. Piecemeal. Putting these little squares together and trying to make a goddamn blanket.
Takes all the way back to these days, doesn't it?
Has not fucking worked. It's not worked, and I don't understand it does not make sense. Okay, maybe we don't have the talent of a Megatron on this team, but we got some pretty goddamn good receivers on this team. Let's be perfectly honest here.
We do. We
have talented receivers on this team. Our talent in our receiver room. They have enough talent to win.
Yeah.
We've seen that last year. We're not seeing this year because that bozo holding that goddamn card fucking calling plays.
Eric Bieniemy. Right. Okay.
But we've seen the talent of our wide receivers on the field.
Yeah, I think that we've got good wide. You know, we do need tight end, but we don't need a tight end at number 3. That's just absolutely
God, no, it's insane.
The fact
the last one that was taken at 4. I mean, as I said to you there, you were laughing before. Kyle Pitts was this generational talent. He's amazing, absolutely awful. He's not great at all at Atlanta. Whether that's a scheme or not,
nobody's scared of a Kyle Pitts. You know, who people are scared of? They're scared of going against Trent Williams every fucking Sunday.
Correct.
They're scared against a guy like George Kittle, who has a quarterback that can get it to him. They're scared of a guy like Jason Kelsey, who has a quarterback that pulls fucking magic out of his ass all the time. All right,
you can't.
That's who they're trying to replicate.
And not everybody can't do that. Not everybody has a Patrick Mahomes. No. So what you need to do is what you do have. You need to fucking you need to put freaking bubble wrap around Sam Howell or whoever's going to be our quarterback and protect him.
What he can do, you know what? And I'll tell you what, since we've seen so many off-schedule plays, maybe he can do some Patrick Mahomesian stuff. And I'm not talking about these little circus no look behind the back under his balls, got some from under cheese stuck to the front of it, and toss it over to some guy's head, you know. But you see that Howell can do things when he's on the move. You can see that he can do things to the outside. You can see when they do these floods where they bring the wide receivers all trailing with him over there on the side, he'll hit that ball. He'll hit that pass practically every time. He's accurate with it. So yeah, do something about it and change it. Hopefully we've got a bye week coming up here. I hope they don't change too much because frankly, the only thing I really want to see is that he doesn't get beat up in the next few games. But I'm not one of these guys that says, oh, we should lose out. But if we lose out, I'm not going to concern myself with it. The Patriots just showed us the other night that we might actually be able to move up maybe 2 slots, you know, and then the whole
I think we'll get the third. I think we'll get the third now.
The Philadelphia Eagles they draft the best player on the board.
But they're picking at number 30. That's the thing. They're not picking at 2 or 3. They're picking it. They picked Jalen Hurts in the second round, right?
Yeah. They did,
all right. So, they do draft best player on the board, but they have luxury to be able to do that. It's one thing to say, oh, you have to do. These teams, they stay on top because they are able to do that. And frankly, we're just not. We got to build the base before we can start to try to build balance.
Do you want to go to the Big Embossed Book?
I am ready to go to the Big Embossed Book.
Wait, we're not going to talk about people crying about the ticket prices raising?
Oh, true. Let's talk about that then.
Yeah. The ticket prices did go up this week.
This is a weird one because I'm looking at that and I don't know if it's like a generic across the board ticket prices have gone up. I mean, the average is 9%. My season ticket didn't go up a dime, and that was.
Are you getting another one?
We paid for it 6 weeks ago or whenever it was. But it's in the nosebleeds. I get that, but the dream seats apparently Tim Meek's mate, according to Scouts, was saying his has gone up. It was doubled.
Well, I'm going to say this: I could care fucking less. They probably should have done it a long time ago, but since Daniel Snyder owned the team, they had to do something because. The tickets for the Washington Commanders games are the cheapest by far out of any NFL team in the entire league.
Well, look at the way that Atlanta and Las Vegas do.
They have the PSLs too. You got to pay the extra, like tens of thousands of more dollars for.
It's a lot of money
for those. So, yes, I get it.
Al Davis invented those goddamn PSLs. It's genius. I'm going to charge you a fee that you have to pay for the right to buy your seat. Yep. It's fucking brilliant. And I'm going to take it all the way to the bank. Just win, baby.
Look, Josh Harris, he's a business owner. He's in this to make money. He's not in this to give.
Yeah, I know.
Away.
I get it. It always cracks me up. Sorry.
Yeah. and this is, from a business standpoint, the absolute right thing to do for a business owner. I mean, it doesn't. While we're losing right now,
feel right.
Maybe it wasn't the right time.
Frustration.
They probably should have done it like probably the first 2 weeks of like, hey, tickets are going to go up next year. Just letting y'all know. But it makes sense. You got to be competitive. I know, owners from the other teings are not happy about Dan Snyder and the money that was brought in, and not being brought in, and also fudging the
he's not paying his share, right?
So Josh Harris is a business owner, and if people don't want to pay it, don't fucking pay it.
Look,
but $150 million investment in the stadium this year. I didn't necessarily see that investment in the stadium.
The water doesn't work, for fuck's sake. The
fire alarm goes off. But, I mean, it's just fucking. I mean, I get it, but it's like there's new TVs, there's all sorts of equipment, whatever else going on, the new screen boards and stuff. But $150 million, as well as you just forking out $6 billion. I mean, it's got to make that money back somehow. I get that, but it is shit in a way, because if I look at someone like Joe,
a lot of infrastructure stuff that had to happen too. That is what costs the most amount of money. So
if I look at someone like Joe Hall, it's like his ticket's gone up $600, and I think to myself, well. Yeah, that's a lot, and the timing is the issue more than anything. Yeah. Why are you putting this out 2 weeks before Christmas?
Well, we kind of got to, because that's when is the re-upping is starting to be due, or the like.
See, I thought the re-upping was. I got the re-upping 4 weeks ago, so I don't know what we did. It was an early bird thing. I don't know how they worked it out, but it was just like, off you go.
Regardless, there was never going to be a good time to do it.
No, of course it's not.
But I mean, it's either
Josh has Christmas presents to buy,
and also with the amount that they're making off of suites, which is they make money off of suites. I think regular ticket sales, they got to share it. Like the suite sales, that stuff goes in their pockets. So and they are moving out of
I seen that today.
to be able to sell more sweet stuff. So it's going up. They're doing something right,
So a note to all you people out there who may just buy one of these suites that they're creating out of the office space that was in FedEx Field. This is Dan Snyder office space. So scan it for little tiny cameras. Look especially in the ladies' room. Make sure there's no little Heidi cameras hanging around that Dan may have
teddy bears with a little camera.
Right, all kinds of stuff. So Dan was pretty slick. I don't care whether the ticket prices go up. Here's the thing. It's business and it's your choice as a consumer, whether you want to pay for it or not. It's an expensive show business item. The NFL is a big deal. So if you want to buy it.
Deluxe is 100% right. It's another reason why our field, because it's so cheap.
Yep.
It's so cheap. Our price points are so much lower than other teams.
Right.
So they're getting it back to, and I bet it's still cheaper than any other stadium, but they need to start creeping back because they got to start making money.
Like I said to you before, Jesse, looking at that new Las Vegas stadium, the Allegiant, I was like, do you know what? I'm going to go and have a look and see what the ticket prices were when we were looking at it. It was $381 for the cheapest seat.
Yeah.
Now, I know days where last year or was it 2021? I think it might have been 2021 season when we were absolutely horrible as well. There was a game against the Lions, and the tickets were like $5.
Yeah. It was a Chiefs game, if I recall. It was going to snow and rain, and there was tickets were almost like next to nothing. $5, I think you're right.
Couldn't give them away.
It was in December, and I believe it was a Kansas City Chiefs game here. And the weather was just going to be god awful, and it was. And so
I'm with Scott G. I got no tears for y'all. Don't. If you don't like them, then don't re-up. That's what because they need to go. They need to buy another stadium. They're trying to get as much support as they can from the NFL.
And I would hope it's not so big. I want it to be like 65,000 seats.
No, man, it's going to be right on the limit of holding the Super Bowl. Like the lowest amount, I think, is like 65,000. Just so they can at some point in time host a Super Bowl. But it's not going to be any bigger than that. I mean, like all these new stadiums are coming up, they're getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, I know, because they have found that when you fucking have 100,000 seats, 50,000 of the other team's fans show up.
Because they don't make their money off of seats. They make their money off of TV deals.
Right. Oh, I know. They're not really worried about the seats so much because when you look around the NFL a lot, the stadiums are empty. The TV cameras are the only time you ever really get a shot of the stadium is when the punt goes up. Then you get a look at the seats, but most of the time they don't bother to show you how many people are not there.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's see. Are we gonna do some picks?
Yeah.
Why not, man?
Let's do some picks. All right, we're gonna do some.
So
picks.
we'll go back to last week then, John. We'll look at the Big In Boss book.
I think I did okay. I lost a few, but my big hitter was the Dolphins.
Yeah, it was indeed. Looking back at it then, Jesse, you had 8 out of 12. John, 9 out of 12. Initially, I thought, bloody hell, your run is going on. I thought you were going to get every one of them right. I was like, gone. Yes. I was like, holy shit. And I got 7 out of 12. Looking at the bets on there, Jesse, will come to you first. 50 on Arizona and the points gave you 162.50. Your other real good one was the Lions laying the points, 190. You also won 190 on 1.5 Tua TDs, which was a good call as well. You also went on the over Miami and Washington, which was again a good call, 95.45 on that. And then I think your next one was laying the points on San Francisco was 190.91. And a sneaky one was 50 on the under between Atlanta and the Jets, which was 95.45. So your totals were 850 this week you put down. It's quite a low betting from you normally around about the 1,000-ish mark. You came out with 1,117.4, which gave you a profit of 267.4, which is very good. John, your big win, as you just said there, was Miami laying them points. That gave you $381.82. We all lost out on Jacksonville. Fuck you, Jacksonville. Don't know my wife here either because I'll be on the couch. £190 90 and 91 again, also on the Lions, and then pretty much the same going along the board. Your bets were 1,200 this week, John. Your returns were 1377.17, giving you 177.17 profit. Mine was 750. I put down. My returns were 1265.99, 515.99 profit, and my biggest win was a Mostert touchdown, and I parlayed that with Hill getting 2 touchdowns. And I put $50 on that, and that gave me a cool 400 back. So if it wasn't for that one, I would probably be in negative figures there. But yeah, well done, everyone. Scores on the doors for the whole season so far. Jesse is ahead on 6 wins on the picks for the weeks. John, you've moved up to 4, closing in on Jesse, and I'm on
late
2.
season push.
So I'm on 2. Not very good. But yeah, Jesse, how's the work pool going?
Last week we had the guy that's been trailing me by 1 hit every game, and now he's ahead by 2. So I'm in second place. I got he was ahead of me by just 1 last week, but I called the Steelers last night, and for some explicable reason, the fucking Patriots.
Well, last week you said the Patriots are not going to win another game, and they heard you. Bailey Zappi said, "Fuck all that."
And John, it looks like that you're putting games in for next week already on here, because the let's see
this week's games.
I think the first one I've got is
wait a
LA
second.
Rams
No, never
against
mind.
Baltimore.
Never mind. I'm smoking. I was looking at the Chargers and got them confused with the Rams. So let me.
See, I got Rams Baltimore. Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
All right, Rams Baltimore. This is in Baltimore. The Ravens are favored by 7.5. Over under 40.5. I love the Ravens in this game, but I don't know if I love them by 7.5 points.
That's a big, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big line. I'm thinking it should be knocked down about 6, 5.5, 6. That looks right. But I'm picking the Ravens to win. Obviously, I just think I'm going to stay away. I'm going to stay away from this line. It's just too big as far as for betting anything. Tyler Higbee is doubtful, and Malik Harrison for the Ravens is the Ravens are very healthy. This is the healthiest they've been all year long. I think they did they have a bye last week? Maybe not. But I love the Ravens in this game. I just don't like it. The spread's a little bit. It scares me a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't like the 7.5. I'm with you, but I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm going to take the Ravens. Put $50 down on that, and I think they're just going to stifle the Rams. The Rams are not going to do much on Sunday, so Ravens win. I think it'll stay with the under, but I'm not going to bet on that. But I think it's going to be one of those nice little 28-10 squashings.
I actually think it's going to be quite a close game. I think Baltimore will win this game, no problem at all. I think that eventually they'll get there. But I mean, you can't really. The Rams, beat a pretty competent Cleveland defense. 36-19 last week. I mean, Cooper Kupp's playing well, Nakua's playing well still. They've won 3 on the bounce. Then they're seemingly turning a corner, the Rams, and they're going to run this. They're going to run this close. But it'll probably be a squeaker, but I'm taking Baltimore for the win. And like you, Jesse, I haven't got the nuts to put anything on this, so I'm going to leave it as it is.
Game of the week.
Definitely game of the week.
The Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers are road dogs. Saints are favored by 5.5. This 137.5. They're saying that Derek Carr, even though he gets knocked out every fucking game he plays.
Oh yeah, he plays. So what?
They're saying that he's going to play, which he's got a concussion. So it's not 100%. Chris Olave is questionable with the illness. On the other side, if we even really
I'm sick of playing with this team.
Deshaun Williams is out with a knee injury, and Hayden Hurst is out with a concussion. I think there's some other health issues going on with Hayden Hurst. So, thoughts to him and his family. Shit, this is an ugly game, guys. It's an ugly game. I'm going to take Saints to win, but I'm going to have Carolina cover, and I'm going to put $10.
I agree they're going to cover, but I'm not.
I won't put 50 on it.
I'm not
even going to put 50 on it.
Yeah, I'm not putting anything on it. There's no way I'm touching this game at all. I think the Saints should win, but you're right. I think that the Panthers should cover. There's no way I have any freaking no. No.
I'm going to be bold here, and because I've got absolutely no chance of winning the picks for the rest of the season, I can't catch Jesse. It's fucking pointless. Come on, Carolina. I can't stand the Saints. I think they're an absolute bullshit team. They let me down every week. I never know what to make of them. They're perennial, just nothing in the middle. I can't stand them. So for me, go on, Carolina, win a game, get us closer to that number one over to get us closer down the picks order, please.
I will tell you this. I will say this. Go back there one. I'm going to go ahead and say I will put $50 down on the under.
Oh, good shout. That's a great shout, John, actually.
37.5 is just too much for these two teams. They couldn't fucking hit this in the whole month of December together.
All right, we got
especially with no car, and Bryce Young is pretty awful.
Indianapolis Colts are a 1.5 favorite over the Joe Burrow-less Cincinnati Bengals, but the Bengals, they're looking good, man. Jake Browning coming in, the old Washington quarterback. I like the Bengals in this, guys. I really do. I'll take the Bengals. I'm gonna put 200 down on this. Over under is 1.5. I still think that 7-5 record or 7-5 record is a sham. Give me the Bengals, and Gardner Minshew can ride his handlebar mustache up someone's asshole.
I gotta go the other way on this. I'm not going.
Of course you are. I'm going to send you a
Colts hat. He's getting a Colts hat
jersey.
That's right, man. I'm taking the mustache again in this game. Give me those 1.5 points. I'm gonna go ahead and put $100 down on the Colts. Let's go Colts, because Gardner Minshew, dude, it's Christmas time. Show them what you got. Hang a fucking.
You know what? Do you know what's mad here? I'm writing it down. I already penciled you in for Indianapolis. I was like, yeah, John's taking it.
I'm taking the Colts.
For me, I'm going to take Cincinnati. I think they had a very good win against Jacksonville. Lucky win, but but he played well. Jake Browning had a really good game. And if he can continue that on, they will blow the Colts out the water.
What? Get out of here.
Being Cincinnati's home, yeah, I think so too. I think this is I think this Bengals win big.
I'm going to put 100 on it, and I'm going to lay the points on that as well.
Win big. We hear this word.
All right, Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. Now, this game is going to be a tentative that I'm calling this game. Browns are favored by 3, over unders 32, only 32.5. Battle with some backup quarterbacks, possibly. Now, Trevor Lawrence, there is a chance of him playing.
Right.
Now, if Trevor Lawrence plans, my decision will be a little bit different. We'll call the bet.
The line will change too, so we'll have to talk.
And will change as well too. But I like what I saw from Joe Flacco, and this Browns defense is legit. They could be they are one of the best defenses in the league, and they could be the best defense in the league. Give me the Browns, lay the point. Flacco goes for 310 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Gotta say, Scott, Jesse's dead serious when he goes monotone like this.
I'm going to hammer the over, too. Put another.
What was that? 100? Was it 100 on that, did you say, Jesse?
Sure.
Going the over, too?
100.
Yeah, I'm going to put 50 on the over as well.
Yeah. 50 on the over. I got you.
I'm exactly the same on this, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take the over for 50, but that's all I'm going to take. I think the Browns are going to win. But again, if Trevor Lawrence plays, we're going to talk because if Trevor Lawrence plays, I got to see what the line is.
Different story.
It's a whole different story.
If Lawrence plays as well, I think I won't hit the under. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to hit the.
We'll just make a game day decision on that when gents. I think that's probably the best way to go with that. So you're going on the over as well with 50, John. I've got that in the book. Yeah, for me, I want to back Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence playing. I agree with you. I think Cleveland will win this if it's a battle of the backups. Beathard, I just don't believe in Beathard at all. He's really not very good. I mean, looking at this, Flacco, yeah, you're right. He's better than what they've got out there. I still don't agree with you by saying, he had a brilliant game and they were great. I mean, they were absolutely boat raced by the Rams, 36-19.
They were. The defense did not.
But he did play quite well. I'll give him his due, especially for a guy who's just only been with the team a few days.
Yeah,
fair play. So yeah, I'm going to go Cleveland. It at the moment, but obviously if Lawrence plays, we might have to have a conversation there on this game.
Right on. All right, the game of the week, second game of the week, Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Atlanta, take on the Falcons, 2.5. Falcons are favored by, over under is 40. Devin White is out. Vita Vea is questionable. Jamal Dean is
what?
out.
Get out of here. Vita Vea is questionable?
No
Get
shit.
the fuck out of here.
On the Falcons side of the ball, we got Nate Landman is out. So is David Onimana.
All right, Scott, we need an official name pronunciation here on the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. Try your
David
Onimata.
Jeff Okudah is questionable, and Caleb McGarry is out with knee. I don't fucking care about this game at all.
Neither do I. I think it sucks. 40 points.
I guess I'm going to pick Atlanta to win. I guess. I don't know. I'm staying away from it. They both suck. John?
Atlanta's at home.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and take them. I'm going to lay the 2.5 points. They're going to win by a field goal. So I'm going to put down $50 on that. And I think, give me the other 50 on the under on that. Although Mike Evans is a beast. Yeah. He was showing out again last week, but the Falcons, they don't have anything real cooking, but they're in first place and they're playing at home.
Yeah, for me, I'm going the other way. To you both, I'm going to go Tampa Bay. I think Mike Evans had a brilliant game last week. Baker Mayfield got his shit together for once. Atlanta's obviously on a bit of a win streak as well at the minute. They are at home, so I understand the home points there, but at 2.5, this is telling me that they are both poor sides, which they are. The only bet I'm going to do on here is I am going to weirdly take the over here. I think they could. I think one of them could score.
If you're going to weirdly take the over, you have to do it weirdly.
Okay.
Come on. Jesus Christ.
These people they
had nothing else to do on a Friday night. Give them something, for God's sake.
All right. We got the Detroit Lions traveling to Soldier Field to take on the Chicago Bears. The Lions are only favored by 3, over under 43.5. I am hammering the Lions, putting 200 down.
They've let me down 2 weeks in a row, and I'm going to do the same damn thing. $200 down on the Lions. Give me those 3, or lay down those 3 points. And this is that game that makes you go, what the fuck do they know? I don't understand why this game is the way it is, but it is. So I just can't. I cannot accept the Lions are unable to go in there and beat Blagent, or is
It's Fields playing. I don't know if Fields.
I think Fields is playing. Either way, you think? I mean, the Lions were riding high 2 weeks ago as the best team in the NFC, or one of the best teams in the NFC. Looking like a darling, and all of a sudden, I think they're. I said it last time, and they let me down, but they got to get it back together this time. 3 points, yeah, they're going to win by at least a touchdown. They got to win by a touchdown.
Yep, same for me. I'm hammering Detroit here. I'm going to put 200 on it and lay them points as well. more so, I don't really want to touch the under but I think this could be a 27.
What's the weather going to be like?
Something like that. So I'll go 50 on the under.
It'll be cold. That's about it.
All right. We have the Texans, and this line flipped 3 points in the past 2 days for some reason. I'm looking at the
because they just announced they're going to start Zach Wilson again.
Have they really?
Yeah.
Well, the Texans were favored by 6.5. So Zach Wilson's really going to.
Is he worth 3 points?
I think fucking not.
No, Tank Teller's out.
Give me the. Doesn't say unless he's on injured.
I thought he broke his leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he broke his leg.
Dalton Schultz is out. Obviously Tank Dell. So I don't give a shit though. Give me the Texans. Hammer that 3.5. Put 100 down on it.
Oh, yeah.
Might take the under. I don't know. No, I'm not going to. Because I don't think the Jets is going to score anything.
Now, they're going to remember why Zach Wilson was demoted to third string. You know, they're going to be having him out there parking cars before Christmas time comes. I'm going to take the Texans as well to win. I don't like the line on that, especially if you're telling me it dropped 3 points the other day. I don't know why it would.
I don't know what. Yeah, the Texans.
Do they think Zach Wilson's that much better than whoever the other guy was?
Can't, man.
I can't see
it. It just doesn't make no sense.
I can't
see he's probably worse.
Tell you what, go ahead. Give me the Texans. Lay those 3.5 points and put 50 down on it. I'm going to play it just a little bit ballsy and put another 50 down on the over. The over.
All right. Yeah, I'm exactly the same as you guys. I'm going to stick 100 on Houston. I think CJ Stroud is an absolute beast. I think he is the truth. He's a very, very, very good quarterback, and we'll see that. I mean, it's early days, obviously, in DeMeco Ryans is, as a head coach, and he's there. But they're going to challenge soon. 2 years, they'll be right up there. They're going to be a very good side if they can get their shit together. Low draft picks again this year. You know, they're going to be a good side. They're going to be a very, very good side. Who is the other piece that they got this year in the draft? Defensive end
they got from Alabama.
Great game last week.
Yeah,
he was brilliant as well. Yeah, I can't remember his name for the life of me. But yeah, I'm putting 100 on this as well.
All right, we got the Seattle Seahawks and the 49ers.
The
line has moved again to 13.5. The Niners are favored by.
Wow.
Yeah, I made that today. And
you know, they were 10. They just moved.
I got it as 10 and I got it as 10.5 as well. Yeah.
I
got 13.5 now.
Yep. It's moved again, 13.5. And the reason being is Geno Smith is questionable with a groin. Kenneth Walker is questionable with oblique. Linebacker Jordan Brooks is questionable with heel injury. Doubtful for San Francisco is Elijah Mitchell. Eric Armstead is out. So we expect to see a lot of Chase Young in this game. Wide receiver Ray McLeod is out with a rib injury, and so is Ross Dwelly. Look, this line's a little big for me. Now that it's at 13.5, if it was at 10, I'd be hammering San Francisco. It's at 13, I'm going to stay away from it, but San Francisco's obviously going to win. And I will put 50 down on the over.
Okay. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put $100 down on the 49ers and lay those 13.5 points. They are on an ass-kicking spree. They took a 3-game losing streak, wasn't it? They came off of it, and they just decided to put on their fucking big boy goddamn 49er gold-digging boots and start whipping ass. And they have been. And they're not going to stop. They're going to put their stamp on the NFC West, and they're going to start up in Seattle by taking these coffee-drinking, Nirvana-listening freaking slush puppies and knocking the living shit out of them. Give me the 49ers all day long. They're winning by 17. And my wife just told me all I needed to say was that the 49ers are going to win. Honey, thank you for your input.
Is it in San Francisco, this game?
Yeah,
it is in San Francisco.
the question here is, can they win by 2 touchdowns? Yes, of course they can.
Yes, they can.
Especially with McCaffrey. But
they can. I'm just worried about the backdoor cover here, guys. That's the only reason why I'm a little.
Look, there's one thing that happens in San Francisco. It's never the backdoor cover. So, all right, that was a joke from the 80s. I'm sorry. That was terrible. But look, dude, they knocked the living shit out of the Eagles last week. They're gonna take the Seahawks have been teetering on the brink. They want to lay down, and they're gonna lay down Sunday. The 49ers will whomp them.
Yeah, I agree. I think the 49ers are going to kick ass here. I'll lay the points as well. I'm going to put 50 on it only, because I'm also going to put 50 on the under, because I think I don't think that Seattle are going to score many points here at all. I mean, they had a good game last week. They run the Cowboys very close. A bit of a heartbreaker, actually, that, because at one stage I think they were about 10 points up. So in Jerry World, that's quite difficult.
49ers they're not the Cowboys when it comes. This is a division game for them. I mean, the Cowboys,
especially when they came into Philly and just absolutely romped them.
Right. There's no disrespect. The Cowboys defense is nasty. You know, I don't want them hearing me and getting all pissed off and coming in and trying to kill Sam in a couple of weeks. But the fact of the matter is, this is a division game, and the 49ers, they know the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Super Bowl, 11? Super Bowl 11 rematch.
Chargers, what are you doing?
I don't know what the hell I have here.
Let's see. We have
the Vikings -3 and the over under
-3.
Yeah, I got the Vikings -3 as well.
Sorry, I was finishing my breakfast.
Vikings and the Raiders. Kind of a shitty game, you know. But I mean, I'll take the Vikings. I like the Vikings in this game, though. I do like the Vikings.
Aiden O'Connell versus Joshua Dobbs.
Yeah,
is it still Joshua Dobbs?
Aiden O'Connell, dude's not so bad.
He's
not great, but he's not bad.
Did Kevin O'Connell change his mind, or is it still?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a different QB. I'm not sure.
I think they had a bye week last week. I think.
They did
play last week, but I know that he wasn't happy with the quarterback performance, and you know, the past 5 games, the Vikings are 5-0-1 against the spread. They had 1 push. And then the past 6 games, Vegas is 4-2 against the spread. But I do like the Vikings in this game. And you're right. Aiden O'Connell hasn't been bad.
That's his name. Is that his name?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm sure he's called Aiden O'Connell. I think he is. Yeah, I'm not sure.
But I just think, Max Crosby, I think, is out. No, he's questionable.
Okay. Dude was supposed to be out the other day and came in and was fucking whooping ass. That dude's just
is it his knee that he's hurt?
Yeah.
Is that what the issue is? Yeah.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He is an old school Raider, and that's for sure.
John, who you
I think I'm taking the Raiders in this game. I think they played pretty well. They played okay against the Chiefs. They didn't really, the Chiefs beat them, I think, 28-17, but the game was a little closer than that, I think. They were competitive in the game. The Vikings are down a quarterback. They're vulnerable to something like that. The Raiders defense, they can be kind of opportunistic, I think, and they can get themselves up for this coach, man. Antonio Gibson, they like him. So I'll take the Raiders in this game. I'm going to take the 3 points. And the Vikings are favored by 2. Isn't that what it is?
Vikings favored by 3.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Raiders and those 3 points, and I'm going to take the over. Oh, excuse me. I'm taking the under. My fault. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking at something different.
So is that 50 on both?
50 on both.
Got you. So 50
on the Raiders.
Points.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm doing this.
And 50 on the can I clarify on the under? Did you say
on the under? Yes, the under.
Thank you very much. 50 on the under. LV and Mini. Yeah, I don't like the look of this game at all. It's very difficult to pick this one. 2 very similar teams for me, but I'm going to go with Minnesota. I think they'll just squeak it out.
I've changed my mind. I want the over.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep wavering between 41 and 39.
All right, now we got the Chargers and the Broncos. Chargers are favored
Broncos
by
are going to batter them.
2.5. Over under is 43.5. I don't like neither one of these teams right now.
I do.
You know, the Broncos, they got a little flare in the middle of the season, but now they're starting to come back to earth. I got the Chargers winning this game, even though I don't trust it. But I do think they're a better team. Give me the Chargers. I'm not gonna put anything towards it, but yeah, I'm looking at their. Let's see. Dean Leonard is out with the ankle. Cornerback Nick Vannett is questionable with concussion, and nobody else of importance. But a bunch of people have names I can't pronounce.
I guess we're not going to let Scotty have a crack at it since he doesn't.
Don't worry about it. You go, John.
You'd have had him right. All right, I'm taking the Broncos all day long. Give me the 2.5 points, and I am going to put $100 down on that. I am also going to put $100 down on the over. Going to be some points in this game, and I don't care what the Chargers. No, I don't care. The Chargers, they can. That's why I'm putting it on the over, because they can shoot it out, and I think Russell Wilson can shoot it out. And that's going to be the way that this game is. But one thing about the Chargers is that ultimately they fall short. And they will again. In front of their quote-unquote home crowd, which it's not. I don't care what you say.
I agree with you, John. I think that Denver, who have been riding quite high over recent weeks, I think Staley is, he's
together ass last week.
Yeah,
they did. They got their butt handed to them last week, but that's all right. That doesn't mean anything.
But then hold on a minute. They could only score 6 points against fucking New England. Or who
right. They've shown their capability. Yeah, it was against New England. They were playing New England.
It was.
The Broncos have shown that they're capable of playing the way that they need to play to win. And I think in a game against a team like the Chargers, who have shown that they are capable of not playing like the team that they should be, I think the Broncos get them this time.
There's lots of questions on Justin Herbert as well now, and I don't think the question is on him.
The question I have
the question is the coaching staff.
Fucking barrette in your fucking hair, dude. You look like a clown. You look like some fucking actress who's in there getting their makeup done all the damn time with that stupid thing in your hair.
I wear one on my hair all the time.
Do you? Well, I mean, Christ almighty.
Look at you. You gotta keep that shit out your face, man.
Fucking hey, I don't have a problem.
Or you could cut your hair. That'd be the thing to do, maybe. I mean, my hairline still thinks it's Tuesday, but it is what it is.
What is that? Because Jesse's I got an emo band.
I got a butthole cut.
He's got an emo band thing going on there.
Diaz, Jesse's full luscious locks of hair. We're just jealous. We're the 3 stages of male pattern baldness here. Goes from Jesse to me to you.
I was 25, and my friends found out that I couldn't give a shit by the time I was like 26, and they stopped fucking with me. Like, fuck, what fun is it? I don't care. I can't see it. Fuck it.
But yeah, I'm taking Denver for the win in this one. This is a great game. This next
I'm excited.
These next 2 are unreal. I mean, weirdly though, we had an absolutely shit slate last week. It was like, this is a terrible game. This is a terrible game. Now we look at this, we're like, hold on, there's 3 games here that I really want to actually watch.
So we get Saturday games starting next week, I believe.
Well, I like the Chiefs in this game, guys. They're only favored by 1.5. I think this, since they're home and it went down from 2.5. I'm not sure. Let's see. Pacheco is out. I think
Clyde Edwards hilarious.
Yeah, he's capable.
Yeah, he's capable.
Also, Drew Tranquil is also out with a concussion. Linebacker, good linebacker.
Yeah, he is a good linebacker.
Donovan Smith is out. Their offensive tackle, I think right tackle, is out with a neck injury, and safety Brian Cook is also out. The Bills are healthy, so I think add those up. There's some quality players on the Kansas City side of the ball that's going to miss this game. I like the over in this game. Really, I think this is going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be one of those classic Kansas City and Buffalo games that go. Was it last year that game? It was in the snow
playoffs.
Yeah, it was. Give me Kansas City.
Yeah.
I got Kansas City winning this game, but I think it's going to be a damn good one.
John,
I tell you what, I got Kansas City winning this game. I'm going to take the under. All right. Neither one of these teams have been able to move the ball too well lately. They just haven't been able to. They're not looking like who they are. All right. Kansas City getting beat by Green Bay last week. I've been saying that they just don't look like the Chiefs anymore. They've got Mahomes out there trying to be Mahomes. They've got the fucking tight end out there, Kelsey, who's running around. And they've got really nothing else. Every once in a while, Valdez-Scantling will make a catch. And every once in a while, one of those guys shows up for him, but not too much. And the Bills, they can't get out of their own fucking way. They got a coach that's going ahead and giving them fucking speeches about 9/11 from the
wow.
What was he thinking?
You want to talk about
crazy?
You want to talk about going completely off the fucking rails?
Yeah.
There you go. Why don't you just follow it up with Hitler could have saved the whole fucking world?
Oh yeah, those hijackers really stuck together. That was teamwork right there.
Because they were all in a small tube and couldn't get the fuck out. Right. Look, I like the Chiefs in this game, but neither one of these teams I think are living up to what they used to be. So give me the under on this for $50.
50. I've got the Kansas City Chiefs winning this. Taylor Swift is in attendance for all you people who want to know.
The time person of the world of the year.
Yeah, I know.
You know what kills me about that is all these people that don't read that magazine. No, these people don't read the fucking magazine. Nobody reads the goddamn magazine. Why do you give a fuck who they think the person of the year is?
No, let's just adding that on my spank bank.
Whatever.
There you go. Nice, like it. $200 for me. Laying the points. Kansas City are going to win this by more than 1.5 points. So there you go.
Now this is a good game.
Very good game again.
I'm excited to watch this. I wish it wasn't the night game. Actually, no, it's not the night. No, it is the Sunday night game, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. No. Did they flex it? Fuck. Did they flex it? I don't think so. No, this is 4:30 game, so I'm gonna have to flip. I'm gonna have to have one TV.
I'm just gonna do red zone,
and then one game on the Bills game. I can do that at my house too. This is going to tell a lot about where the Eagles are heading right now, because it seems like they can be had. They had a really disappointing.
Got their ass had last week.
I really think there is an issue with the Eagles defense. I do.
Hurts is hurt too. Hurts is
that was my second point. I think his knee is really bothering him. Now, on the flip side of that, how big of an issue, that surgery, the appendectomy that Mike McCarthy had to go through this week. It's a tough thing. Have to be rushed to the hospital and have emergency surgery. How is that going to affect the Dallas Cowboys in their quest to not be a one and done in the playoffs?
Scott G's just said that it has been flexed to Saturday Night Football. Well, Sunday Night Football.
Sunday
Night Football.
Right.
Yeah. My apologies.
Now, I like the Cowboys in this game, guys. I do. Yeah, I like the Cowboys in this game. I think the offense is clicking on all cylinders right now, and they got a pretty damn good defense. Now, one thing that does hurt them is if you just run right at them, run up the gut. If Swift and Hurts and company can get that run game going, I think Dallas can be in trouble.
They have a good set of backs back there, and they can, but they usually run to the outside. It seems to me, but. I like the Cowboys.
That's where Dallas is good. Stop and run on the outside. They're not good stopping the run up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only chance the Philadelphia Eagles has is running up the middle and being able to soften that defense up, because Dallas is just so good everywhere else. Give me the Cowboys. I don't want to put any money on this because I think it's going to be a close game.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kenneth Gainwell, he can hit that middle. and he can hit it pretty fast. And they do have a good 1-2 punch there. But I am taking the Cowboys. I am going to lay the 3.5 points, and I'm going to put $100 down on this because Jalen Hurts is hurt. The Eagles, they got embarrassed last week, and they're limping into this game. You know, I think Mike McCarthy can keep one eye on his fucking vital signs up here on his monitor and still coach the game over there with his other eye. So I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. But yeah, the Cowboys at home have just been blowing people out. And even though I don't know that they'll blow them out, I will take the Cowboys, that 3.5 points, and I will take the over for another $100.
Over 51. Woofed.
51.5. So
yeah,
that's
sorry, 51.5.
Like a 30. That's like a 30 to 28 game, 30 to 27.
True. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't. When you put it that way, it doesn't seem a lot. But when you look at it as 51 points or 51.5, you go,
right.
Well, that's quite high. That, but
28, 21.
Yeah, no, I think this is very well. Both these teams could be in the 30s, man. It's going to be some scoring.
Oh, I was wrong. 28, 21. No.
So yeah, whatever. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm on the same page as you. I'm on exactly the same page as you both. I think this opens up. Really, you know, you started this by saying this is where Philly, we see Philly and what they are. Are they a pretender? Are they not? I think the same can be said for the Cowboys in this game. This shows you, are they
good?
Yeah,
they're healthy.
There, you know,
they're healthy,
and
yeah,
you know.
And so here we go.
Oh God.
I can't stand that.
Okay, here we go. God, he sounded
so
like some kind of cartoon. Okay, here we go.
You know, this
but I'm backing the Cowboys. I don't want anything to do with it, the money wise.
If the Cowboys win, I think they're in first. Are they in first place in the NFC East?
I'd have to check and see.
Not sure what the actual.
Have they played? Have they played yet?
Yeah, Philly beat them early in the season.
Okay, so I wonder how the tiebreakers work out because I think they'll have the same record. If
they would have the same record. Yes, we'd have to see how the tiebreakers would work out.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I still expect Philly to be in the NFC Championship game. I just think they're just hurting right. I think I'd expect once they clinch a playoff spot to sit Hurts and let him heal up for the playoffs.
I think the Cowboys are looking pretty good, but I think the 49ers.
Yeah, but the Cowboys are going to Cowboy thing. They've done this before to everybody.
They have, but they haven't quite played as well. Dak Prescott's playing good football. He's letting the game come to him. He's not trying to force things. And whatever they're wanting to do now is popping open. I think that I hate to say
Dak jokes in the playoffs, though. That's the thing, man.
They do until they don't, right?
He's not a big game quarterback, and that's what gives me pause a little bit on this game because this is such a big game for the Dallas Cowboys. This is a bigger game for the Cowboys than it is the Philadelphia Eagles.
For a long time in both of their careers, neither one of the Mannings had ever gotten to anything. Peyton Manning couldn't win a playoff game for the longest time. I did cartoons about how they, couldn't win playoff games and shit. And then both of them won Super Bowls. So, how they've done in the past, I don't think has any bearing on it now. We'll see what happens. Oh, this is going to be talk about a boat race. This is going to be Miami race with the big fucking cigarette boats flying up there.
and I will take Miami minus 13, laying the points.
I've just done the same thing.
I think.
Templar's here. Templar, you were here. You were not here a few minutes ago. We were talking about Megatron. I did the old Matt Millen voice. That's not Matt Millen voice, but I'd have to remember what it was. Oh well, he would know.
So Jesse, you're gonna lay the points there.
Yeah, lay the points, put 100 on it. Yeah, I Miami is probably going to score 50 points in this game.
Yeah, I agree. John.
I'm
going to take it over too. I'm going to take it over as well.
I'm doing the same thing. Give me the Dolphins, $100.
We've all done the same thing.
Yeah, man. Fuck the Titans, and the Dolphins are just flying high right now. I'm going to go ahead and take the over too, and I'm going to put $50 on that.
Yeah, me too. 50 on the over.
50 on the over. So yeah, I mean, okay, yeah.
Eagles have the tiebreaker according to Scott G.
All right, thanks, Scott. Yeah.
Over.
I don't have the
Cowboys still have 2 games with us though. One game with us. So there's a win in the conference and in the division.
I don't have the Packers, John. You got the Packers.
So I've got it here if you want, but I'm going the same thing back in Miami. 13.5 laying that. I'm actually going to put 150 on that, and I'm going to put 100 on the over. Big 250 on this game. I think that they are going to absolutely destroy Tennessee. I'm also going to go back to my bet that I had last week. Tyreek Hill 2 touchdowns, but instead of doing that, I'm going to go Tyreek with 1. I'm going to go with Waddle with a touchdown, and I'm going to go with a Raheem Mostert touchdown as well. So I'm going to go do a treble on all 3 of them, which I've had a look at. That should give me odds of about 6-1. So I'll take
Logan Thomas. I would have got big. I was like a $600 win.
I know you were gutted about that,
if Logan Thomas would have made that touchdown.
I don't have the Packers and Giants game because I absolutely.
I've got it here. It's 37. The over under is 37. And Green Bay are favored by 6.5 points.
Yeah, I refuse to make a slide for it because I'm not taking part in anything that the Giants have to do.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, I got Green Bay in this game.
Yep.
I got Green Bay laying the points, putting 50 on it.
This is in Green Bay or in New York?
It's in Green Bay.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do the same thing.
It's in New York.
$50 down. I don't care where it is. The Packers are flying high right now. Jordan Love can't miss. I'm going to put $50 down on the Packers, laying those 6.5 points. And what was the over-under on that?
37.
Give me the under for 50. You guys are the Packers, right? Where's Brett Favre? Why can't I get a jersey swap with, where's Aaron Rodgers? Huh? Fucking DeVito. I'd love to get a jersey swap with him.
I'm going to go 100 laying the points for Green Bay. I think Green Bay are going to win this handily.
What is Hunter asking? Oh, call-in line? I don't know if we have one of those.
He ain't getting my phone number.
Hi. We're going to draft wide receivers, though.
So
I think that's it, isn't it? I think
that is
us done.
Yeah, I saw the Packers and Giants. For one, I read the schedule wrong on FanDuel. At the end, I was finishing my breakfast and I was rushing so I could get to work. And I couldn't believe that they would put the Packers and the Giants. They wouldn't put the Giants on Monday Night Football again, would they? Would they put the Giants in fucking primetime again?
The Giants had the most primetime games because the NFL thought that Brian Daboll actually turned this team around.
I know.
So.
Yeah. I know. Oh well. Brian Daboll voted most likely to be mistaken for a butt plug in an airport.
News just in though that the bye week is 8.5 point favorites against Washington.
And it took all show until somebody made that fucking corny ass joke. So we're gonna go ahead and give it up for Scott. Way to go!
Winning off the field. We're winning off the field, baby.
I want to start.
Damn good.
Who we got next? The Rams.
We're going to absolutely boat race again.
I don't know. We'll see what happens after the bye.
Rams are like Jekyll and Hyde, though.
They've
been like that this year.
3 on the bounce.
Oh no! I mean, if the Patriots can keep winning, them winning last night really helped.
It did.
But again, if you like Sam Howell, that doesn't look good. The higher we pick.
Hunter, you're right. The team that we play that can't hang 40 on us is probably New York Jets. I think that's it.
Got it. Zach Wilson hung 45 on us. Ron Rivera.
We
got to do like that Vietnamese monk did and just
very well give up 7 pick sixes.
You're right.
That would be just god awful. All right, then. Well, then I guess we'll see you guys on. We're not going to be here on Monday because we don't have a show coming up on Monday. We're not going to be here tomorrow because we just did our picks for today. So we will see you again next Friday. We will preview the Rams, and I will have I will be ready with the meditations from Magic. Who would have said today? Magic would have said, "This is the bye week." And I thought that was what the away games were called. This is so confusing. Meditations with Magic.
Meditations with Magic.
That's going to be fun. All right. So we will see you guys then.